Hey everybody, welcome back to the Overwatch Project. It's July 12th, 2024. Just a quick word here on the Acolyte and my giant playlist that I've been collecting on all the reviews and commentaries about this incoherent disaster. Possibly the worst piece, actually no, it is the worst thing I've ever seen in produced by professional entertainment media in my entire life. This is unbelievably bad on such a level that it actually crosses a threshold where you can watch it because it's so bad, because it's so incredibly unbelievable. It turns itself into a comedy. The videos I've collected so far as of today are 323 videos in a playlist I call F Disney Star Wars. I'll link to it in the description section below. This, one of the latest videos I put here, The Acolyte, A Perfect Failure, really nailed it, I think, because it shows how the writers of this show are so incoherent in their thinking that they are supposedly writing a story which in their minds makes the Jedi in Star Wars look bad, and they end up creating a story which shows how detached they are from simple human rights and they're supposedly making them look bad, but nothing the Jedi actually do in this show are actually bad. They are actually, you could say they might be slightly incompetent. There's so many things that they do that is bad, but not in an evil way. Like say taking a trainee to a planet for 7 weeks and not telling them what you're doing there makes no sense. This is just bad writing all the way around. There's not even any point in bringing out all the problems with the plot and the script and the fact that these characters in the story are contradicting themselves within the same sentence. You can watch these videos that I have in my playlist if you haven't seen the show that covers pretty much all the things that go on in each episode. Nobody gives a crap about spoilers with this thing. It is really unbelievable, but it's also a window into what goes on in the mind of somebody that his thinking has become totally incoherent. I remember a while ago, many years ago, when I was doing research for the Overwatch Project, where I investigate reality, consciousness researcher Rupert Sheldrake, he's the scientist that dared to give a tech talk that wasn't, I guess, materialist enough. So it was the TED Talk that was banned because he dared to talk about human consciousness in a way that I guess isn't approved by the so-called mainstream, I suppose, for whatever reason. But he said something about human consciousness in the past, that it's the brain seems to be a reducing valve for consciousness. He never actually asks why human consciousness needs to be reduced or what the outcome of that is, which is apparently the brain. If you look at my last video where I talk about cognitive biases and cognitive dissonance and all the other problems, and I do mention the Acolyte because this show is a true window into the minds of people that have made it, and you can see how completely off kilter they are in thinking, and the fact that you'll never be able to reach them with any kind of reason, logic, facts, reviews. None of this stuff will matter because of cognitive biases like the backfire effect or cognitive dissonance and so many others, because the human brain is there to firewall people from the truth. And if you let these firewalls and biases control your thinking, you become completely, detached from reality. Most people, I think, sanity is like compartmentalized in humans by topics. So somebody could be completely sane as a engineer, for example, and they can build a perfect, or they can design a perfect bridge that'll last hundreds of years and never be in danger of collapsing because their ability to be an engineer is sane and on point, but they could in the same person on a different topic, say like politics or religion or something else. This same person could be completely not sane. They could be rejecting facts, logic, information that counters their religion or their politics or whatever. And that's because that's how human beings work. We're designed to be that way because that causes chaos. And if you're new to my channel, my theory basically is that this world is a reincarnation soul trap. And when you become aware of that, you can choose not to partake of it, when you don't have to come back next time after your current incarnation is over. You can choose to end the game. You can win the game of life by understanding what you're actually doing here, which is recycling over and over again, and then you can really, escape after this lifetime concludes itself. And that's hard for people to believe. I'm sure there's a lot of people that may tune into this video and they have religious programming, or they have materialist programming, or they have other thoughts about reality and they can't accept it from the New Age, from Eastern philosophies, from wherever. All the source material for Overwatch Project is on my website here. There's thousands of books and links to look through, and if you want to do research, feel free to check out my older videos and learn about what I'm talking about and see what you think. But anyway, back to the Acolyte. This show is an absolute disaster. It is so funny to watch these reviews, and it's a good distraction for me. It's very entertaining. But I've also been watching this show because it wouldn't be fair for me to, I like to make informed decisions based on a totality of information, and I don't like to just take other people's word for things. But honestly, yes, the Wookiee did use a metal detector in episode 7. It was really unbelievable. Also, the whole plot, just when you think this show can't possibly get any worse, it actually finds a way to get worse. It's a true work of art, of a masterclass in how to create a absolute pile of trash. The Jedi are supposed to be the bad guys in this show. The writers, in their minds, actually think that that's what they've done. The funny part about it is that the Jedi in this show, for as incompetent that some of them are because of the script, they come across as, doing all kinds of un-Jedi things, and they come across sometimes as being overly emotional for Jedi, and there's all kinds of issues with the way their characters are written. But their actions, actually nothing they do is unjustifiable. It's actually all justifiable, including how we find out finally how the witches died. They actually died in an act of self-defense by the Jedi, who were protecting themselves because the witches possessed the Wookiee and tried to get the Wookiee to kill everybody. It was unbelievable when I was watching this the other night. About an hour later, the reviews start piling in, and it's funny because the reviews are absolutely hilarious. But this one here, The Acolyte, A Perfect Failure, this guy nailed it. He really nailed it. I suggest that you watch it, about the writing and how it backfires on itself. But this is what I mean with incoherent thinking. This show is a great window into the mind. If you ever wonder what is going on in somebody's mind when you meet somebody that has absolutely no ability to, their behavior, the things they believe in are completely incoherent, and if you try to give them any kind of facts that may suggest they should review what they believe and possibly, help them. You forget it. You can't do that. Nobody can reach people that way. You can never change anybody's mind with facts, figures, and logic. If you could, then the whole world would be different already. Well, the problem is that we have cognitive firewalls that keep people from doing that. But honestly, if you want to get entertained for hours, or just, if you're bored and you want something funny instead of looking at dreary news or whatever, check out my playlist, F Disney Star Wars. It mostly focuses entirely on the Acolyte and some other Disney content in here. Right now it's at 323 videos. It's had 139 views so far, but hey, I keep adding to it all the time, and we still have one more episode of this trash show left. And I did a video last week, I think it was. Let me see here. My older video on, let's see here. Where is it? Yes. 13 days ago, I did this video where I mentioned the Acolyte. I'll link to that video, and I talk about cognitive biases in that video also. And I'll link to my playlist so you can check it out. That's it for now. Talk to you later. Bye.